Everyone. Hello everyone. This is Joseph Lucier here for our weekly Tongren session, and I'm just off the slopes, so I thought I'd say hi. But here we go. This is our weekly Tongren session for everyone getting their own individual healing session, and we will begin right away. We have our people here, and we will begin with, let me check one more thing real quick. Sorry to put you up at the ceiling there. So let's take a look. Okay, we have Drew, Catherine, and macular degeneration, veins, infection, and gums. Okay. And yes. So let's get that back. Sorry. We can maybe have to edit that out. Edit. So let's go big tapping. We do this in a 3-part process, just as we teach it. Blood flow to the brain. Step 1. This is good for everyone, and we have our first person, Catherine, and Unique Earthling. Sorry to hear about your son. I will read it here. And hello, Katrina. Unconscious with brain, Unique Earthling. This is John. Parker John Ryan, terrible motorcycle accident. Still unconscious, traumatic brain and spinal cord injury. He's in Boston at Brigham and Women's Hospital, room 51A, 9th floor, neuro ICU. Need healing and a miracle. Blood flow to the brain. So let's see, everyone, if we can all support and help Parker John Ryan from a motorcycle accident. Command points of the brain, traumatic brain and spinal cord injury. So we'll also work on Rachel. Greetings. Welcome to our broadcasts. Right, command points of the brain stem for the traumatic brain injury. Three blood supplies for the brain: the carotid artery, vertebral artery, and spinal artery. And carotid artery, rather. Thoughts and prayers go with Parker John Ryan. Keep us informed. Don't give up. Spinal cord, which would be the craniosacral fluid, crystal palace, down the spine to the tailbone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tailbone 1 to 4. Okay. Inflammation, T1 to T8 for traumatic brain and spinal cord injury. In Tong, third eye, subconscious mind, GB 789. T1 to T8 for inflammation. And let's also work for Catherine. C3 for the eyes. We want vein health for the veins. Macular degeneration. We want to work on circulation. GV17. Eye health herbs. Let me know how that's working for you. GV17. So for the eyes, additionally, anything dealing with arteries and pressure, that is nitric oxide, vasodilation, fermented beets. And hello, Rebecca. We can work on blood, inflammation, and liver. Everything is stable, I'm hoping. Facial artery, carotid artery, vertebral artery for the eyes also. And again, let's do an extra boost for Parker John Ryan, terrible motorcycle accident May 13th. Still unconscious, traumatic brain and spinal injury. Blood flow to the brain. In time connecting to your true self. Your subconscious mind, GD 789. And one more round for the eyes. For Catherine, ouch point for the eyes. C3, C4 for the eyes. GV17. Circulation. And welcome, Constance. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. Yep, and hello, Catherine. I hope those two things help a lot. Fermented beets, fermented beet juice, beet kraut, all those things good for any circulation. Of course, carrot juice for the eyes. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Thank you for sending Reiki to the accident victim. let's all do whatever we can to help that person in a coma. Microbiome inflammation, spinal cord, the entire spinal cord for that accident victim. Lumbar 1 to 5, sacrum 1 to 5. And grounding. And vagus nerve, gut-brain axis, vagus nerve, CV17. And grounding for liver 3 and kidney 1. Okay, let's continue on with Drew and for Magnificent Spirit. But no, let's check here first. Yep, hello Rachel. Anything specific you want to request or in general? Additionally, I've been reading a lot about macrophages and your specific situation. Macrophages are really well produced through things like aloe juice, special aloe juice and stuff like that. So something we can talk about. So Katrina Carlson McBreedy, overall stiffness. And for Rebecca, blood. Let's begin. Blood flow to the brain. So we'll work on Katrina, Rebecca, and Drew. Those are different areas. Overall stiffness. Yin yoga is good for stiffness. Of course, fermented turmeric with black pepper. But topically, a magnesium oil is a really good option. Magnesium chloride. That'll help with the stiffness, especially put it at night, in the morning. Command points of the brain. Command points of the brain stem. BL9 is for the ligaments and tendons in the brain stem area. And for Drew, the eyes, kidneys, L1, L2. So for overall stiffness, we work on the muscle, the plexus of the nerves. Brachial plexus for the arms for stiffness. Lumbosacral plexus for the legs for stiffness. L1, L2 for Drew, the kidneys, T1 to T8, anti-inflammation. T8 inflammation, T8 to T12 digestion, absorption, and elimination. So for Rebecca, let's work specifically for blood, inflammation, and liver. Blood and the producer of blood, which is bone marrow, inflammation, which is the immune system, and the liver, which is T9. So blood flow to the brain. Command points of the brain. So let me sit back a little bit so people can see me. People that are the students, I'm sorry about that. So you can watch my hands. Command points of the brain, stem. GD17, CRE point, cardiac respiratory vasculatory center. And more people supporting the accident victim, sending love and light to the accident victim, prayers to all from constant charters. So let's work specifically on the blood. T1 for the bones and bone marrow, but the craniosacral fluid, GB78, GV19, 20, 21, 22, the crystal palace area. Craniosacral fluid from the brain to the shoulders, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T1 to T8, anti-inflammation. Keep it simple, T1 to T8. T9 right side for the liver. T1 to T12. Also working for healthy blood for happy mama. And then next we'll work for magnificent spirits. So T1 for the bones and healthy blood. T1, 2, 3 for the lymph. T1 to T8 for the immune system for happy mama and Rebecca. Craniosacral fluid, GB79, crystal palace, T1 for the bones, sacrum 1 to 5, and tailbone 1 to 4 for Rebecca and happy mama. Blood flow down to the other important bone points, GB39, for Rebecca and Happy Mama. And I think, yep, I am live on Instagram. It says I am. And let's just give that a restart. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Good to hear from you, Drew. Who works more with Drew? Jay, Augustina, Rachel. COVID for your daughter. Also, Rebecca, absolutely. Yep. Okay. Do a 3-part process. Oh, by the way, there's a free webinar, 5 tips to prevent cancer. Understanding the basic anatomy and physiology and Nobel Prize winning science of cancer itself. May sound radical, but it's based on the Nobel Prize winning science of Linus Pauling, Otto Warburg, and Niels Bohr. Blood flow to the brain, so we will work with less and high blood pressure. And for Constance Charters, stressed and joints, back, shoulders, yoga, especially yin yoga for fluidity in particular. The longer you hold a pose in yoga, the deeper it gets, the more synovial fluid, the more lubrication, the more resiliency for your joints. And that's really good with slow yin yoga. Blood flow to the brain and vertebral artery, spinal artery. But CV17 for less pressure. Blood pressure, so good things to do. Vasodilation, release and relax the arteries. And Happy Mama and others, we will do some more work on the lymph. Stress, T1 to T12. GB13 right side for stress. Oh, and your joints. Lumbosacral plexus for the shoulders. Shoulder release point for the back shoulders. Trapezius area, the corner of the scapula for the back shoulders. And the knees, T7 right side. Ladder 54 for the knees and the ouch point for the knees. Again, shoulder release point for Constance. And next we work for Laura. So GV17 for less, cardiorespiratory vasculatory center. T5 for the heart. There we go, T1 to T8, T12. So we cover for less, Magnificent 7, Magnificent Spirit, Constance, thank you for joining us, Catherine. And let's do a lymph tune-up for everyone. But first, hormone balancing for Laura, hypothalamus and pituitary, GV20 and 22. Seems nobody's on Instagram. Is there a Taylor Swift concert going on or something? I get that. So, happy hormones, microbiome T11, T12, where the happy hormones are created in the gut. T11, T12, L4, L5, a worry-free mind, GB13, T5 for the heart. So Constance, you're feeling more relaxed already and my body's buzzing. Have a great week. Yep, just continue, rest, relax, let the energy flow. Don't move around. Just take advantage of the energy. When you're ready, have something to drink, some water, and continue on your day. Yep, antibodies attacking your thyroid, causing nodules. For Rima Abdul, which is great to see you. So continue with the happy hormones for Laura, L3, CV4, and more of a word for your mind, GB13, right side. Marilyn Hart sends out wishing for the motorcycle accident. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. I didn't see Esther in my text. I don't see her here, but we will continue to work with her anyway. So let's work on Rosalind Light, weight control, and curious guests. And then Marilyn Hart, or as we say here in Boston, Marilyn Hart. Is that right? That's the Bostonian accent. Blood flow to the brain. Command points of the brain stem. Command points of the brain. TV20 for metabolism for weight control. That will be step 1. Also working on the brain points for the brain injury, vanishing thoughts. Lion's mane is really good for memory, and brain on through E3 Live. More well-wishing thoughts from our beautiful healing community. Sending chi for Parker for a full recovery. Everything is possible. So for weight control, good ways, anti-inflammatory diet. Nutrient density, sometimes weight doesn't leave because the body is still craving for nutrients, so it holds on to calories. That's one thing you can do, even detoxing, cleansing, and all those different things. Maybe have one day a week where you're just doing juicing, but really important is intermittent fasting, 8 hours of eating, 16 hours of non-eating. Long term will be definitely beneficial. L1, 2, 3, 3, especially for less as well. We don't want to miss that. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T1 to T8, anti-inflammatory inflammation. So for weight control, the microbiome, cleanse the gut, the colon. T11 to T12, L4, L5. Good to see you, Rosalind. And for Deb, many issues, brain injury, as we're working on balance issues, GV17 and BL9. Mental fatigue. Eat nutrient-dense foods. For everyone, weight control, nutrient-dense foods, anti-inflammation. Sea vegetables, sprouts, leafy greens, fruits and vegetables. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. C1, C2, GB13 for comprehension issues, brain injury, mental fatigue. C3, 4, 5 for the dental issues. Definitely recommend coconut swishing with some sesame oil. There's a really good coconut swishing with sesame oil for loose teeth and receding gums. And for had lots of concussions over the years. 3 blood supplies. GB17, BL9. Occiput arteries. GB19, 21, 22, mental fatigue, GB13. Check your copper levels. Copper releases iron. Iron releases oxygen. Oxygen burns to make energy. T1 to T8, but C3, 4, 5, loose teeth, receding gums. Memory loss and hearing loss. So sky window. GV789, cranial nerves for the brain and hearing. So balance issues, comprehensive issues, GV17BL9. And let's work also for Rebecca, your daughter, COVID, T1 to T8. COVID and the shots create inflammation, long-term, coughing, sometimes lots of taste, smell. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Concussions over the years. 3 blood supplies. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital arteries. C1, C2, GB13. Right side and left side. So what's up? Is Instagram down? Did Elon Musk buy it? So we did work on GB789 for the hearing loss as well. Cranial nerves to the eye, oculomotor nerves, abducens. Rounding to liver 3 and kidney 1, loose teeth. Let's work on the out point of the mouth. Receding gums, like I say, coconut swishing with sesame oil. can try even an electric toothbrush to use to gently massage the gums gently to get blood circulation in those areas. Look it up, the 8 pieces of the brocade Qigong. Gently tap your teeth. Gently ask your dentist about it. But that will help to basically give a stimulus to your jaws to grow teeth smarter. So on Instagram, woohoo, advanced life forms. Nice to see you and represent. So 3-part process, blood flow to the brain. Let's do some more work for the inflammation immune system for Rebecca and your daughter. T1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pine needle tea. Licorice tea, dandelion tea. Systemic enzymes for COVID. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T1 to T8, nice and simple. Maryland, high blood sugar, didn't forget you. T8, pancreas. So high blood sugar is insulin resistance, which means too much fat in the diet. So reducing that to 10 to 20%, ideally plant-based fats, that will dramatically help your high blood sugar. And for the lungs, T1, 2, and 3, the bronchial areas, and the lung areas, and lung 1, lung 2. And CV17. More for high blood sugar for Maryland, T1 to T8. But especially T8 for the pancreas and insulin resistance. And we don't want to forget, for Ed, lots of concussions, 3 blood flows to the brain, carotid artery, vertebral artery, occipital artery. Okay, so next we work with the Georgia tribe. Blood flow to the brain. For Esther, GV 1920, 21, 22. And we didn't forget you, Rima Abdul. Coming up soon. Coming up next. Thyroid. So a few things with thyroid. Remove fluoride from your water. Number 1, remove white flour from your diet. Number 3, add in plenty of iodine through foods like sea vegetables, durian, other things like that. Blood flow to the brain. Helen, Linda, Bruce, Steve, and Brian, chronic fatigue. Think about copper. Check your copper levels. Hypothyroid, which is the endocrine system, GV 20, 22, hypothalamus, pituitary, T1 to T8 for the autoimmune, hyperthyroid, so we have 3 people for thyroid issues, pituitary, which is the master gland talking to the thyroid, C6, C7, T1 for the thyroid balancing, calcium balancing. So popular chart has hypothyroid, Rima has hyperthyroid. See vegetables if you're on medications. Anything but kelp is recommended. And we have some more TBI, traumatic brain injury. T1 to T8 for arthritic knees. So is everybody here joining me on Tuesday for the cancer prevention talk? Common sense, these are actually good habits for all lifestyle support for conditions, anti-inflammation, oxygen, special waters, different things you can do. There's water with extra oxygenation per volume. T1 to T8 for arthritic knees and hips, so let's work on T7 also. Blood flow and nerve flow for the hips. So I've removed goiters from my mom's thyroid by balancing out her diet, anti-inflammation, adding in sea vegetables. Detoxidine, you can have specific iodine, nascent iodine, which is the best kind of iodine. Supplements you can get too. So we have a yes for the webinar on Tuesday. I think we've got almost 70 people signed up for it already. And if you have any questions in advance, we'll give a 15 to 30 minute presentation and then 30 minutes to an hour Q&A for everyone. And there's also a cancer course which gives a lot of the science of what cancer is, as well as my book, The Nature of Cancer. Angelic Lights has joined. On Instagram, yay, good to see you. What are your requests? C6, C7, calcium balancing, 3 blood flows, TIM for traumatic brain injury, carotid artery, vertebral artery, occipital artery, and multiple myeloma, which is a bone marrow issue. TV 1920, 21, 22, cranial sacral fluid, which supports the spine and the bone marrow. So the bone marrow will be functioning properly, oxygenated properly. Wound healing. I was reading yesterday a salve, Go-To Cola, for wound healing in particular. Etsy, ETSY, has some good ones as well. I was researching it yesterday. So let's work with Augustina. Some more blood flow to the brain. Headaches and vomiting episodes still going on. Anxiety about her health. So let's work directly right now on GV17. GV17, brain stem, GV13 for anxiety. Three blood flows for Augustina, carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. And also work on the eyes for Ferris's mom. C3, follow the blood supply, facial artery to the eyes, occipital arteries, pouch point for the eyes, GV17 for the eyes, but especially C3 for the eyes and T9 right side for the eyes. Craniosacral fluid again, multiple myeloma, Crystal Palace, GV19, 20, 21, 22, sacrum 1 to 5, tailbone 1 to 4, and vasculitis, GV17, cardiac, respiratory, and vasculatory center. And let's do a little extra for GV for Augustina. GV17. Please tap for dyspepsia. I would recommend pH adjust alkalizing carbonates. Constipation. Colon cleanse. And somebody here also has a mother or mother-in-law, 97 years old, recovering from COVID. Wow, good for them. So constipation, colon cleansing through similar to either my process or someone else's process for what we call ozonated magnesium oxide to flood the body with oxygen and to cleanse the mucoid plaque. Step 1, constipation. Step 2, dyspepsia. Step 3, alkalizing with pH adjust or baking soda short-term, pH adjust long-term. Loose stools is also a type of constipation, but it says back, can't gain muscle back. Because you loose stools, you're not absorbing any of your nutrients. So also a colon cleanse process. T1 to T8 for post-shingles pain. Improving sleep, T7 left side. So for glaucoma, there's a great new product that I've seen. High pressure from Life Extensions. For high pressure, also I recommend nitric oxide foods, beets primarily. Fermented beets are the way to go to reduce your oxalates. But fermented beets for vasodilation, herbal remedies such as pressure, Life Extensions product, think it's called eye pressure. Improved sleep, GB13, right side, relaxation. But for all the colon stuff, T11, T12, L4, L5, S1, S2. And there you are, Rachel and Fancy Spirit. Okay. Yep, we worked with you lungs already one time, and we will do it again. T2, T3 for the lungs. Breathe deep. And we should talk more about this. I think I talked with someone else. This may be a good option for your lungs, but think macrophages, detoxing, and angel lights. We will make time for you. Neck pain and TMJ. Can't gain muscle back. You need nutrients. You need absorption. You need hydration. You need mineral-dense, nutrient-dense, vitamin-dense foods. Sprouts, green smoothies, sea vegetables, fermented foods. Shingles, Epstein-Barr virus, revenge. Come back many years later from Epstein-Barr virus. Let's continue to work on the lung support for Rachel. Blood flow to the brain for Rachel. So lung 1, lung 2 from Chinese medicine. T2, T3 from TAM healing system. CV17 for the battery chi center for the diaphragm and the lungs. So we're working on lung issues also for Sundance. Lung 1, lung 2 for Rachel and Sundance. Unless that's still the same person. Andy for prostate to bone and fractured left femur. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been just curious. Why does the prostate issue spread to the bone? One is a hormone-based, one is a bone-based, one is a tumor-based. Some connection, some unusual connection there. Maybe you have, and a fractured left femur. That's the second time seeing that exact same thing, left femur. Okay. Blood flow to the brain. Stomach pain. T1 to T8 for pain, for peaceful citizen. And for the stomach, T9. But the microbiome, primarily T9. Stomach left side for the stomach. Esophagus, T8, T9. I would work on both of those. So T1 to T8, anti-inflammation, and then T8, T9, the stomach pain. Peaceful union, peaceful citizen. So neck pain and TMJ for angelic light. Shoulder release point. GB1920, GB21. Look forward to seeing you, Rima, on Tuesday. Glad to see there's an improvement. Let's work from the bones. T1 for the bones. GB39 for the bones also. L3 for the prostate. There's a few of you here today. TMJ, C3, 4, and 5, and the ouch point on the jaw. Elbow and knee pain for your mom, T1 to T8. So for the elbows, brachial plexus to the elbows, nerves to the elbows, and for the knee pain, lumbosacral plexus to the knees. Grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. So is everybody having a good time? We have unique person. We'll do a couple more rounds. Yes, you'll be joining. Maria, thank you for joining. Bring your questions. I don't know everything, but I've done a little bit of homework, and I want to help people understand prevention and long-term maintenance. So these types of ideas are good for prevention. And then if people have gone through chemo or other things, long-term prevention going forward. Blood flow to the brain. So we have Esther. Great. Esther, pondering traveler, and curious guest. And jolly legend. Blood flow to the brain. Feeling the chi. Good. Never too late for you guys. You're welcome, angelic lights. Command points of the brain. GB22. GB24 for the sinuses. T1 to T8 for sinus infections. Unique person, T1 to T8, pain relief, Esther. T7, blood flow, nerve flow, right lumbosacral plexus for the knees and the Achilles, but especially the left hip and the bladder, S1 to S5. Neuropathy in the hands and feet. Brachial plexus for the hands. Lumbosacral plexus for the feet. Catherine, happy to be here for everyone, our healing community. We are one group of supportive community. You're welcome, John Ryan. Everybody's here wants to help support you. Good luck, blessings. Hoping for a quick, speedy recovery. Qigong would be really good. But all of that, don't give up. And he's hearing us all. And then neuropathy for the hands and feet for Esther, lumbosacral plexus, down to the feet. Okay, blood flow to the brain. We have one more round. We have sinus infection, sleep, and suicide ideation. Sorry to hear that. Remember that you are loved. Everyone wants to support you. And keep Augustina in our thoughts. She's having some challenging times. Makes me sad. We want her to feel good, feel better. A lot of it is fear. children are much more wise than we realize. Command points of the brain. GB, the in-tongue area for suicidal ideation. Connecting to your true self, understanding that our lives are part of a divine process, and you are part of that process, and you deserve to be well and happy and join the community of humanity. T1 to T8, rheumatoid arthritis. Buzzing with chi. Any arthritis, remove arthritic causing foods such as animal products. If you can focus more on whole foods, affecting the whole body, systemic inflammation. So, systemic enzymes in between meals, anti-inflammatory foods, aloe vera for macrophage activity, high omega-3 foods such as avocados, flax, chia, the nerves to those areas, lumbosacral brachial plexus. So Leonard, good to see you. Sorry for running over everyone, but I can't not work for everyone. And someone recognized the Guanyin Buddha. Yes, that is Guanyin Buddha. As they say, the mantra Namo Guanshain Busa. Blessings to Buddha. And the name Guanyin means the one that hears the cries of the world and has made a vow to reduce the suffering of everyone on this earth. And especially, as it shows in the picture, to be a guide for children. T1 to T 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for rheumatoid arthritis. And good to see you, Leonard. And now grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. And for Jay, T11, T12, L4, L5. Extra help. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Qigong for everyone. Charge the battery. And clearing, trying to find out what note this is. It's about 420 hertz from a website page that is actually still running as we speak. Blessings to everyone. Be kind to one another. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday or next Thursday. Take care. Thank you so much for everyone. And again, a shout out for Augustina, Parker John Ryan. Everyone here deserves our maximum focus and attention, caring, and compassion. Have a great day.